Hey guys, what's up? My name is Holden McGill. If you don't know me, I've been through church my whole life. Um, I grew up being baby Jesus three times, from newborn up to like 3 years old. From there, pretty much just normal childhood, played sports, nothing too fancy. Um, and the reason I'm going is just giving you a backstory. I mean, I don't really have a big story of I went I was born into a family or anything like that was not in church. I was in church for pretty much my whole life. Um, I want to say probably about, middle school, I started deciding like, hey, I'd rather choose the Jesus life, but I just prayed a prayer and moved on from there. Never really had a relationship with Jesus. And so, I went through high school knowing that I was somewhat saved. I wasn't really sure of how that was going to impact me, but it got to the point where, I'm getting ready to graduate high school and getting into these certain relationships that were very unhealthy and unproductive of what God had for me. And it sadly, though, enough that those relationships really affected me and how I looked at life. I started having anxiety, depression. I was put on an antidepressant. Um, and through all of that, definitely dealing with a secret sin really did make a huge impact starting from about eighth grade, and still till this day. That is a day to day, hour by hour, minute by minute issue. That is very hard, but it's the main thing that I keep saying is the Lord telling me just to fight, and that's what I felt like I've done over the past probably I'd say good 6 years from high school. Is just fight with His call to what He wants me to do, and where He wants me to go. I do feel like I'm in that wilderness season, with going to rally and talking with several people on staff and my mentors and accountability partners. I just feel like I'm on that place of where God's like, I'm ready for you to step in, but I still need you to take on some crushing and pressing moments, to really set forth of what I've got for you. Um, with that saying is I feel like where the church is going of New Spring and where I feel like my part would play with Discover Year is that I'd really find out where my call would be at and where He's really looking to find myself and where I'm vertical at with where God and where He wants me to go with that. No, I'm not looking for anything with New Spring. If it's with New Spring, that's great. God placed me there for a reason. If it's not, and He's wanting me to call me to foreign ministry, that's what it is. I've never felt a call to foreign ministries. That's just where I'm at, where my walk is. I've never felt the call to foreign ministries. If He does call me, then He calls me. At this time, though, I just don't feel like that would be a strong suit for me. And if that's a deal breaker for Discover Year, I totally understand that. He may tell y'all certain things that He doesn't want to tell me, and I'm super cool with that. But I think the biggest thing of it is the more I grow closer and more vertical I grow with God and walking with Jesus through me, is that I'm starting to meet different people, and people are starting to look at me different, that of past, present, and future friends. Everyone just looks at me different, and they keep asking me, "There's something different about you," and I just look at them like I just take delight in who loves me the most, and that's Lord Jesus. That's really what we're designed to do, is take delight in the Lord. So for me, that's a huge thing that I try to tell people. I just take delight in that. That's what we were created for, is to love God and love others. There's nothing much more than I can do. There's nothing else I can do to do that. He's already told me, I just need you to love me and do things for me, and everything will be given to me. Um, and that's kind of where I feel like Discovery is going to really not give me peace, but it's going to be a more of less. He's like, I need you to take one more step of faith, and I'm going to give you peace if this is where I want you to go. I do feel like I'm called to some type of pastoral figure. That could be coaching, teaching of some sort. It may not be on a stage, and I am super okay with that. I just know waking up day to day and doing what He's called me to do is what I know I could do every day. Now with that, you're gonna have days where you're down. It's one of those different seasons where it's just every day is just tough. It's tough, and that's not saying that you know working at Chick-fil-A, it's the Lord's calories, praise Jesus. It's not saying that that's the wrong direction. I can still do ministry in a full-time job, just knowing me and my perfectionist self. And when I'm growing, I'm very enthusiastic about what I do. Being a perfectionist, I'm very, detail-oriented, and I'm very self-accolades, getting those little awards of, hey, you're doing a great job, hey, you're doing this. Those are what keeps me going. And over the years of jobs, and I've had a lot of odd jobs, just trying to figure out what, the Lord has in store for me and where he wants me to go, is just kind of that, work a few here, work a few here. Right now I've been at Chick-fil-A for almost about 3 months. It's, I've had those ups and downs, there's conflict, there's trials, but trying to see myself now with more of a relationship with God has definitely made a huge impact on how I treat different situations. Especially having some of the leadership that we have and saying, hey man, I'm just, calling you out and saying there's some few things I just want to discuss, and it's really cool to have that, accountability at a workplace like that. Chick-fil-A is a great company. I'm not saying that I don't want to be with them, but if the Lord's calling me to Discover Year, then I'm totally for that. With that saying that, I'm really putting this into the Lord's hands. If this is what's for me and what is the next step, where the lamp's at my feet and not at my face, because if it's at my face, it's all about me. But once it's down at my feet, I can see which way he wants me to step. And I've been kind of asking for peace over the past couple, months. Like, is this for me? Is this for me? And really, it just hit me last night on the 12th of August. Someone just said he's not going to give you peace if he wants you to step out in faith. And I'm kind of sitting there thinking, wow, that is such a good way to put that. He's not going to give me something if I'm not stepping out in my faith. So with that, I'm filling this stuff out, and I'm just like, you know what? If this is for me, he's going to make it a way. Money, financially, whichever way it works, it's going to be if this is what is for me and this is my next step. So with that, I'm going to wrap up my introduction video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Appreciate it. Thanks.